Thank you so much for joining us on Parliament Television and Parliament Radio. Favorite program is back on your screens and your airwaves, and we're talking about MP's Diary. Today's MP's Diary, we take our cameras and microphones to a very interesting constituency. It's nearby the capital city, Lusaka, and it's found in Lusaka province. And this constituency was created in 1964, and later on it was abolished. And at some point in the early stages, it cuts across Chongwe and indeed part of Kafue. My guest on the program is the area Member of Parliament for Rufunsa constituency, who is the Provincial Minister for Lusaka province as well. I'm talking about Honorable Sheo Muriata. Ma'am, thank you so much for finding time and joining us on this platform this early.
It's my pleasure to be here.
I should also make mention that this program is supported by the United Nations Development Program and its cooperating partners. My sign language interpreter for today is Chola Kauman. My name is Paulson Tindovi. We did visit your interesting constituents, talking about Rufunsa, and maybe for starters you can share with us, how's been your experience? You've been for more than 2 terms as area member of parliament for Rufunsa since 2016. How's been the experience?
The experience has been very challenging and exciting at the same time. When you are committed to bringing service, when you're committed to see that development comes to your area, no challenge can give you away, because we want to achieve what our people's needs are. You look at the needs. What are those needs? We're talking about water. We're talking about schools. We're talking about the well-being, farming. We're talking about the marketeers in the rural area. What can we do for them?
Would you safely say that Rufunsa is in a better place compared to the way you found it 11 years ago?
Yes, indeed. I would say so. Why should I say so? Like right now, with the empowerment that we are giving to the people, our women folks, I think they are there knowing that the development now has come. There's a woman in me, a mother, and I know the needs of the women. We have seen that even this recruitment of teachers that has come to my area, we've been given 275. All that is improvement. We have seen that some NGOs and the government indeed have brought in water. Most of the people, though not the ones that are deep inside, they are drinking clean water. But we need to do some more. So I think there's a change. Talking about the council itself, you've seen that many buildings are there.
And we'll get to talk about some of the achievements and the challenges that the people of Rufunsa
So I think it's better now.
Okay.
It's better now.
When we went around your constituency,
yes,
there's a coined name that you're given, even during campaigns, Mayo Waluse.
Amen.
What does that mean to you, and what does that make you feel when we see and hear people calling you Mayo Waluse?
One thing I know, in the rural areas, they lack so many things. And as a member of parliament, you have to say to it, what should I do for these people? Sometimes we go out of our way, using our own finances to meet those challenges. Whenever they have funerals, I'm there. Whenever they have maybe weddings, they call me to rejoice with them. Whenever there's occasions, church, they want me to be there. So whenever I have time, I'll definitely get there, no matter how far it is. And when I get there, I never forget to make them have a little feast. Let's cook together. Let's eat together. Let's drink and dance together. And doing that, they know that there's a difference in this mom. I am their mother.
There are about 7 members of parliament that have served the people of Rufunsa before you, Honorable. And just allow me to highlight some of the notable names that of the people that have served. We do remember Mr. Solomon Kalulu,
yes,
Mr. Bartholomew Seyama, Mr. Scholastica Ngoma, Mrs. Yes,
yes,
Mr. Samuel Chipungu,
yes,
Mr. Damiana Kayaba, and not forgetting Mr. Kenneth Chipungu.
Yes.
Where do you draw your inspirations from among these 7 members of parliament that have served Rufunsa before you?
All of these men who have been working very hard, I must say, I cannot choose to say this one or that one did this, but I think they all participated to what Rufunsa is. They all played their roles. They were dedicated. In those days, you know, the economy and maybe the monies that could have gone to development was not so much. Everyone had a stage to play. Everyone did their best. And today we are here. Let me talk about Kenneth Chipungu. This man, the one I took over from, very hardworking. And I think through his leadership, I learned other things that I made better. I learned other things in interactions with people, speaking our local language. He would always tell me when he meets me, speak Soli.
Would you safely say he's your mentor?
Well, partly I think. They all contributed, that I said. But mostly it was my father. My late father was one time the district chairman of Rufunsa. That time it was together with Chongwe. He's my mentor. Initially he wanted me to be a lawyer. He would always talk, I want you to be a lawyer. But well, it didn't work that way. I'm a politician like he was. He really mentored me.
11 years ago, during campaigns, what was top on the agenda? What you really wanted to deliver for the people of Rufunsa?
I really wanted to deliver, I think, first of all, the water. People right now in the remotest areas, sad to say, they're still drinking shallow waters.
Sharing with animals.
Sharing with animals, and that's sad at this time when we've been independent for 58 years. We think we should do better. I was looking at the water because I'll tell you what, there are some families that I've known, relatives and all. They will tell me, come here, Member of Parliament, see what is happening here. Do you like this? So it was a challenge. In some villages I went, they'll give you a glass of water.
We shall get back to the issue of water because it seems like it's a huge challenge countrywide.
Yes.
Most of the members of Parliament that we've featured on this platform, that has come out so strongly.
Yes.
Talk of Copperbelt, talk of Eastern Province,
Indeed.
within Lusaka here.
Yes.
We did take our cameras and our microphones to your constituency and just to appreciate some of the challenges and the successes that you've scored in your constituency. And we found ourselves at Mpasha Market.
Yes.
This is one of the biggest markets in your constituency, near Mpasha Mission Hospital. And they had quite a number of challenges that would want you to work on as the area member of parliament.
Yes.
Let's get to Rufunsa and listen and hear to what the members of that constituency had to say.
Then chameni funisisa kuti at least wa MP wachitandizirako munga manzi yativuta then munga muno market mfunga maoneka mushe vatimangisirako ma toilet ya mushe kuliko mabafa vena ngoma gona ko pano sometimes wakabwera munga na bwera usi pa mabasi hawa so that wachitandizira vonse munjira zija kuti ibintu binango bitinkhero bwino chintu chinango futi chaniganzirapo nilangana pa ma fertilizer muzapeza ti mu village imodzi muli household maybe one something 200 muzapeza ti maybe vamene atenga ku ma fertilizer jani vanthu ochichepere nje vamene onako vinango ivo then chinthu chinango chaniona abafunika wachitandizirako kulangana vana wachichepere mwene wakula bwanji chifukwa this time muzapeza ti vana wachichepere wang'ono wajana afunika kupezeka ku skulu nje vana amene wapezeka ti vakumwamowa venangu vanankhana kadza kafulia kuti maparents akambako ati andakuperekani ku polisi so chija chaso chimaoneka mushe because umoyo wa munthu ndio amene ufunika wankhala bwino kumbali za bwino so wafunika kutitandizira mbali za nzija.
Zina yanga ndine Gloria Mwachika nchokera pa Mpasha Mission Hospital. Ndine piu pa St. Mary's Mission of Hope. Tilakinga ma light cause timankala na pressure most tadinila. Elo tizungisa ma Vitarite. So ngafune ba MP batiletera ko ma light pa St. Mary's.
Nene Agnes Mubanga nga chamalenje ntombomba ine nshibomba abalumeta bomba so nshitya ma bands pa market no pa market tushisha tapa fimbusu tapaba ame shina yena ya kulipira tulipira wanu kwacho pa bucket bale sale nshita imbi pa market tapaba ba cancel tapaba pa dibeshiko pa market po tushisha nga waisula shop yawe kuipyangira we mwini paka shop wapyanga nombanga taupyangire koma mabanketi balesa bakanso mukulipirisha empia inga empia chitulipira shia kwisa eko shia pano pamaketi pa bakanso wabesa mukupyanga.
Those are the voices and the visuals all the way from Mpasha Market, and we did hear from a young girl there complaining that there's no electricity at their school at St. Mary's, and the gentleman there did complain issue to do with fertilizer. Water as well is a challenge at the market. The mother at the end, they talk about the challenge of not having toilets at the market, and the surroundings are dirty. I know, how are you working with the local authority to make sure that there's sanity at the market and there's water and there's also ablution blocks?
Yes. Indeed, I know about that problem. I've visited the markets, most markets in Rufunsa on a small scale. Mumpansha is one of the growing markets because there's a lot of people in those markets. Now it's true, there's a water problem because some of the people indeed have to pay for that water. I was very disappointed. But what we are doing now is putting up more boreholes. And it's one place we have identified because of the population there. We feel we must put up new boreholes just to supplement because indeed there's a water problem there. Now, my council, the council in Rufunsa, has tried very hard to do or to bring in development to these markets. They want to do more repairs or bring in more people to go and work at those markets. There's a problem. We were looking at the money aspect of it. Now that we have the CDF, it's one of the programs we want to achieve.
But we've had CDF, Honorable, before. So
how much was it? How much was it? How much was it?
But it was enough just to do a borehole at the market.
No, we have a borehole. I'm sure when you went there, you did see a one borehole. But we need to put more. For that population growing there, I think it would be comfortable if we had about 4 boreholes. And that is on the
But
program.
why should we have one borehole for 11 years that you've been in office
For
at the
11
market?
years, I've been in office now for 6 years. But one of the things I'm telling you, it was the money aspect. We were looking at the people in the remotest areas, those that are drinking water with animals, at least there. So we concentrated on the people that are in the remote areas that don't even see a pinch of clean water. And so now there's this program, and I want to mention here, I want to thank you for some of the NGOs who have indicated they're coming to our aid, like the Muslimic Society. They are there now. They even went to see where they could do these boreholes. And I think that is a program that will be achieved.
Let's accommodate, we shall also, this is an interactive program,
Yes.
Honorable, where we need also to hear from the viewers and our listeners out there, because I should also make mention that this program is both live on radio and television.
Yeah.
So the number that we are using if we wish to take part on today's MP's Diary is 07728322122. That's 077283212. And the SMS line, if you wish to take part via text messages, feel free to sending that text message on 0978 772801. My guest on the program is Honorable Sheo Muriata, who is Rufunsa Member of Parliament, as we look at her constituents and appreciate some of the successes and the challenges that the constituency is faced with. The number is 07728322122. And you can also like our Facebook page and let us know where you're watching us from via Facebook platform, and we'll be able to acknowledge you. And also, there was another issue that came in from a gentleman who talked about the issue to do with fertilizer. Being a rural constituency, and most of the activities in your constituency, it's about farming.
Yes.
And they're complaining about a issue of fertilizer, saying it's never enough. At times other people are not given bags. And the good part is we heard in the news today and yesterday saying today farmers will be able to start receiving farming inputs.
Yes.
But what are you doing to make sure that you increase the number of beneficiaries and also people are given what is required to be given to them in terms of FISIP?
Yeah. Thank you. Our
Okay,
farmers,
before you respond, Honorable, allow me to take 3 calls, then you respond to the farmers and together with the calls.
Great.
We seem to have somebody on the line. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Hello, good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, I'm just calling within Lusaka.
Within Lusaka. Your name, sorry?
My name is James.
Mr. James, we have the Lusaka Province Minister, and we're looking at her
Yes,
constituency, Rufunsa.
Okay, I'm a driver. Are you getting me?
Yes, James, we are listening to you. We are getting you.
Yes, I'm a driver. Yeah, for sure. If we go there by that the same market you're talking about, mostly the challenge we have, if I want to sit there are no bathrooms. That's the biggest challenge for us drivers.
Okay.
So at least if there are bathrooms, whatever, everything there, we can pay, but if there are nothing, it's completely nothing. Like, I take a bus in Lusaka, I need to take a bus when I come back the other day, like that.
Thank you so much, Mr. James, for your contribution. It's 07728322122 is the number that we are using. Honorable, I hope you picked that one, talking about bathrooms as well, because they do commute from Lusaka to Lufunsa. So, yeah. Let's accommodate another caller. We'll get a set of 3, and the Honorable Member of Parliament for Lufunsa will be able to respond to your question or contributions. We do have somebody on the line. You're live on MP's Diary. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, this is Pongurube.
Miss
Calling you from Lusaka.
Miss
I'm a Rufunsa resident. Pongurube.
Yes, go ahead, Miss Angulube.
Yeah, how are you?
We are fine, thanks, Miss Angulube. The honorable member is here.
Yeah, mlapunduka honorable. Turuwa China honorable. Yeah, this is Pongurube. I just want to find out from the honorable minister if the government has got any intention to work on the Chaona Road.
Thank you so much, Miss Angulube.
Yes.
You sound like somebody that we know.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your contribution, Ms. Angulube. 07728322122 is the line that we're using. The text line is 0978-778-772801. Let's see if we have somebody, and then we'll give an opportunity for the honorable member to respond to those concerns that you've raised. Maybe let's get to you to respond. Okay, before that, you're live. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, we seem to have lost that caller there. Yeah, you were talking about the issue to do with FISIP. I disturbed your line of thought. Maybe you can conclude and respond to those 2 concerns, the calls that we've received.
Rufunsa, we have a lot of farmers. That's their livelihood. That's where they get their money. And we get concerned when sometimes inputs are delayed. Because right now I get phones every day asking me, when are these inputs going to come? But I can assure you that today, people will start getting their inputs, today or tomorrow. Yeah.
How much is the allocation for Rufunsa, do you know? In terms of FISIP?
Really, I'm thinking about maybe it could be a few millions. I'm not very sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other concerns from Paul and James?
Paul is talking about
James was talking about the issue to do with bathrooms. At Mpansha.
Those are definitely going to be there because there's a new market that has to be completed, and so it has to be on standard. We want to put the bathrooms for the women, the bathrooms for the male, and the council is on top of that. We're going to do that because we realize cleanliness is what we need in the markets. People, if they don't have water, how can they be clean? We are talking about diseases like cholera, because when there is dirt, we are inviting disease. So when we go there, we talk to them about the need of being cleanness while they are waiting. I know that sometimes the councils have a lot of problems, but now that there is money, there is CDF, that is a good thing, and we're going to do that. I want to assure the people of Mumpansha that the council and myself, through my office, we are going to definitely put up the bathrooms. We want cleanness in all the markets. Rufunsa, Mumpansha, very near to the capital city. What is happening here must happen there. So because it's the same people that come to Lusaka, they see the difference. To say, but our friends, the markets have got water, they've got bathrooms. What's wrong with us? So this is a thing that we have to do. It's a must. This is a new dawn.
So how long have you given yourself? What is the target? When should the people of Mpansha market expect a flow of water and construction of bathrooms?
We are moving in now. We have had a few problems, but we are moving in now. I think if we talk by March, we should be seeing something happening
What
there.
kind of problems have you had? Because you've just talked about you've had problems. Maybe the people
These
would
challenges,
want to appreciate.
these challenges definitely go with finances. It's the finances. It's what you can do in a certain allocation. Now that we've got a lot of money, we don't have an excuse. We just got to do that. And this is the time. The president always talks about markets must have water, bathrooms for the women and the men. And that's what we have to achieve. Rufunsa is growing. The population now is about 80 to 85,000 people. And I can see Mumpansha, because Mumpansha we have a hospital there, so most people go there. We have schools there. We have a nursing school there. So it's getting a bit crowded. So we need to pay attention to that.
Mr. Ngulube did pose a question to do with the roads.
The roads are in a bad shape. The roads are in a bad shape. We have the road going to Chiota, from Nangwenya to Chiota, Chawola, Shkabeta, Chipeketi. Those are the roads that we have to start with. I'll tell you what. The last regime, Chipeketi had a contractor who was paid, I think, the sum of 9 million. They didn't do it. They only did maybe a bit of 9 kilometers compared to about 75 kilometers, 45 kilometers. They didn't do that, but money was paid.
And you've just let them go
Chahola,
like that? But these are the things that you
these are
should
the
pursue,
people now.
And you being the
exactly.
province as well,
We are not going to contract those. We are not contracting those. We need contractors who are committed, those who will charge according to the work that they will do. You find that in the last regime, a lot of money was paid for just a few kilometers, and I don't think our government is going to agree to that. So this time, the Chawola Road is asking about. There have been people who've gone on site. It's in a bad state. There are holes there. Right now, as it's raining, you cannot pass there. So there is a concern there. Because there's a community and it's growing. There are farmers there who drive. Right now, they cannot drive. I've been there on site to see, and I think there's need. What Paul is saying is true. We're going there.
Let's accommodate a set of 3 calls, and then we'll follow it up with a clip, because we did also visit Rufunsa Ward. We have somebody on the line. You're live on the diary. Your name and where are you calling us from? Good morning. Kindly tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Kindly tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, it seems like we do not have connectivity there. Feel free to call us again on 077 2832 or 0978 772801. That's the text line. We have somebody on the line. You're live. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Is that Mr.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Kindly tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling you from Chirirabombo. Mpunde is my name.
Mr. Mpundo, all the way from Chirirabombwe. We are talking Rufunsa.
Yes,
your question, your contribution regarding Rufunsa.
Yes, my contribution. Good morning, our minister.
Good morning. How are you today?
Yes, here in Chirirabombwe, the minister yesterday said people will start accessing the fertilizer on 10th onward. Now, all the farmers in Chirirabombwe, there is no one who has deposited the money. Now, how come they are going to be accessing the fertilizer without even...
All right, we need to drop that call. Whatever you ask or whenever you call us, make sure that you restrict your question to Rufunsa constituency. Yeah. The honorable member here may not be in a position to respond to a question regarding any other constituency. You're live on MP's Diary. Your name and tell us where you're calling us from.
Yeah, good morning. This is Munza calling from Rwezi.
Mr. Munza from Solwezi. What do you have for the Member of Parliament for Rufunsa?
Yeah, we want to appreciate the Honorable for the job that he's doing, according to his explanation, and even the people there in Rufunsa. Now, my question is, being also the Minister of the Lusaka, yeah, we are concerned about the flooding that is happening in Lusaka every year. So what plan is he having that this year maybe the people of Lusaka may not see
Thank you
again
so much.
or experience the same issues of flooding
Thank you so much for your contribution. We really appreciate, and you want to seize the opportunity of asking a question regarding Lusaka. She's not here in the Lusaka minister's gown. She's here as Rufunsa Member of Parliament, and she's responsible to the people of Rufunsa and the problems that the people are facing in that jurisdiction. We do have somebody on the line. You're live on MP's Diary. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, this is I'm calling you from Petauke.
From Petauke.
Yes. My contribution is first to congratulate the honorable member, the minister there. How she can work properly is to hear the people from Rufunsa on the ground there, so that she can also get another term or so that she can work well. Otherwise, if she's just here and not implementing, that is not good. This is the voice of Petauke. All the members of parliament, they should get what the people on the ground are saying. More especially for fertilizer and the roads, they should work hard over these things. Thank you very much.
Well,
this is Councillor of that word here in Petauke.
That's a typical Nsenga, they're fertilizer.
Yes, we appreciate.
All right, let's accommodate
Good
another
advice.
caller. Yeah, let's accommodate another caller, Honorable, and then you'll be able to respond to those concerns on 077 2832 122. That's the line. You're live. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Mr. Sandala.
Mr. Changala.
Yes.
Where are you calling us
Honorable.
from? Where are you calling us from?
You had come to Ndambwa.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Lusaka.
From Lusaka. What's your contribution?
Yeah. So last time you came for a meeting, so I'm calling you concerning, we have a school which we built in Ndambwa, and we also need a hospital outside. Structures have been put up, but we don't have any of those kind of facilities. The government isn't helping us. What is your take, madam?
Thank you so much. Ndambo is in your constituency?
Ndambo is in my constituency.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I'm sure you've taken note of the concern. Let's push in another caller, and you'll be able to respond to those concerns there. You live on MP's Diary. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from. Just be brief with your question or contribution, so at least we can accommodate as many calls as possible.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, this is Joseph Tembo calling you from Umpika.
Joseph Tembo, all the way from Umpika.
Yes, I'm from Rufunsa actually. I want to ask the honorable, yes. We appreciate over the work that she's doing in Rufunsa. Now my concern is on electricity. People of Rufunsa just look at this, the power lines passing through, but the villages are not connected. I want to know when the villages, the houses are going to be connected to electricity so that we can reduce deforestation.
Thank you so much, caller all the way from Pika, but it seems like his heart is still in Rufunsa. All right, we went back to a certain place in Rufunsa, and this is Rufunsa ward, and we met up with Mr. Leonard Chakofiadi, who is a resident of Rufunsa constituency, and he highlighted quite a number of challenges the people of Rufunsa ward are facing. Let's head to Rufunsa and hear what Mr. Chakofiadi had to say.
Mapensho tulapitimonga ni yangi maningi bati maningi mapensho tukute ni chakulya mmang'anda mulia chakulya chifukwa cha mfula ili ankalo kopo cha ina chimbi mapensho yambi tukute ni miseo yakuya mafarms ya shiana nayo isa itokusunga kuikonzako mafida roads kuyakonza cha ina so that babala limininga mtali fyakulya kafisa pepi so chinene chindasenge chitwasengenga ncha kwamba anga bayompi benga baonapo pa kani maybe amadamu kupangako madamu so that minshi kaliko throughout so that katwinsako like winter farming so throughout kakuli fyakulya kuyala like manchebere nena fimbi fyashiyana then chimbi futi chindaononga mapensho tukute tulya fyakulimisha especially like ng'ombe wangi balya ng'ombe matrakta niyang'ana although this time around balaishinga discourage kulimisha like matractors very big portions tuandanga kuya ku conservation farming so I think anga mafamazi bangi balaba encouraged kubako n'eng'ombe kabalirimina bene I think that way enga batunyamfirisha China then tusuniko ne like kulimako swi it's also very important monga kuno kwetu kurufunsa kuli hapo wakute ko ulimi monga wanswi usuniki maningi anga benga batunyamfirisha ko mushiraishi I think fintu finga fyenda kwa China.
One of the challenges that we are facing as a ward is actually water. We do not have enough water points, and that has a direct relationship on what one might want to do even off farming season. So people are not really doing much in terms of maybe having some backyard gardens which will help them to increase on the nutrition related vegetables that can supplement. But at the same time, I think we still have issues as a ward. We have very few skills training centers. We only have Chiota for now, and that is overclouded. So we really need extra or maybe other training skills within the ward or within the district.
So challenge amene tili nayo kuno kambiri ni mavuto ya road yatu isiri bwino. I road nionongeka especially pa junction hapa nionongeka maningi mpaka kunyampande konse kujawe road yatu mwandi siri bwino. Jema challenges amene tili nayo then vinango niva kuti mavuto like manzi maminzi umu pambiri baina challenge ya manzi uzapeza ti muntu atapa kutali so at least monga ma village umu ameti nkala ikako maboho I think chingatitandize zapeza ti manzi penango pa mugodi asira tilibe boho then mzaenda manje mpempe chabe kuma doctors mwapempa kuti pempa ko manzi ndamza manzi pano ni amalaiti ni olipira so ti mankana challenge so maboho at least ikako maboho zimunga ma village.
Honorable, those are the people that gave you this mandate of serving them, and I'm sure you've heard their needs. Your quick reaction, couple it up with the callers that we had.
Okay, first of all, I think let me just react to the water problem. I want to assure that with this money that we have, the CDF, we cannot fail to put boreholes across the district. We can do it with the right pricing, of course. Some people come with exaggerated prices. You find they're talking about a borehole costing about 65,000. That's not right. With the right quotations, we are able to spread these boreholes and we'll have no problem. The only places I have tried to put boreholes where we have to go down to about 140 are places like Shikabeta, because it's on highland, in Suroki. But also there, we are trying to put water because they are near the Runsemfwa River. That can supply. In fact, there's already a pipe that supplies, but because maybe it's old pipes and all, but that we need to do. We are aware of this water problem. It has to end. We have the CDF, 28.3 now. We just have to go flat out. We want to hear. What are the people saying? They are complaining. Water. So it's priority to us. We just have to do that. And we will do that. The roads, I'll tell you what. The roads are in a pathetic condition. And I think what the people are saying is true. Because farmers have to bring their food to the main road so that they go to sell their food. They are failing. because even the cars that they book, the canters, sometimes they break before they even get to the main road. So we need to grade those roads, and grading them nicely, not the pieces of work that was done some time back when just a grader has to go there one time. We need to put soil, sand, make it intact. And that's the good works we want to do. Many roads are in a bad state because they haven't been graded, I think, for the last, may I say, for 3 years. They're in a bad state. So I agree with them, and we are committed.
How are you spending the CDF in the previous regime? Because it seems like you've just woken up today because of the 28 million that government has put on the disposal in terms of CDF.
Mainly, we used to get, before we got 1.6, we used to get about 700 and something. Now, you look at the place. That time we had about 10 wards. What was priority then? Were the schools. We tried to at least roof some schools where you see children are being taught in a hut, grass thatched. And what is priority? We thought, let's help these young leaders, the leaders of tomorrow. When you go to Rufunsa today, you find that many community schools still are not roofed.
How many secondary schools do you have in Rufunsa, Honorable?
Secondary schools, we have about 73 schools and about 12 secondary schools. Yeah.
Okay. And so there are no complaints regarding...
there are a lot of complaints
in terms of school, because you're saying you gave priority to infrastructure and also concentrated much on education.
Because we saw that our children are still, some of them are still sitting on the floor. And so we had at least to cover their schools. They were just learning, maybe some of them, under a big tree. So what would you do? The little monies we had, we directed it there. We had to see priority.
And neglected the issue to do with water.
Really, because we children effort in education. And so we paid attention. And so that little money, how would you divide it?
Chanda talked about Damo.
Just there. We had other projects that were coming back from long time, unfinished buildings that the other MPs had left. So all those were challenges. All those were to be done. And I can tell you, we are just now winding up most of them.
A large portion in your constituency has been left out in terms of the Great East Road. And there are a lot of accidents that do happen, more especially at the junction there, as you proceed going to Rufunsa, your constituency.
Yes.
And we caught up with John Mazala, who is a taxi driver, and is usually found at the junction.
Yes.
Maybe let's just listen to Mazala, and the Honorable will be able to respond.
Ine zina anga ndine John Mazala, ninkara ku Rufunsa district. Tipempa ku boma kuti boma itiranganeko pa nkhani ya road. Matracks yakugwa maningi because of road yatu, greatest road. Niyo onongeka. Kapena kuchoka, if I'm not making a mistake, tichoka somewhere there kuchinyunyu up to Ruangwa. Road niyo onongeka. Boma iranganepo. Ero futi, tingapempe wa MP watu, waleteko investor kuno. Nchito kuno ku Rufunsa district kulibe, no job. Tiende kumamaini, watipisha. Watimenya msanga wazawa, no chokani, mamaini yali under government. I would love kuti boma, iseguleko mamaini yenango vantu wapezeko nchito, because pachiyambi, boma inali kukamba kuti, tikankhalapo isi, tizatomola mapati. Tikankhalapo isi, oro mamaini yazaseguka. Tabantu tinali na authority kuti mamaini yakaseguka, ise malova, ma civil servants, amesti sebenza. Tiendako kumaini, ndiko ntipulumukira. But when we went kumaini, timenyewa. For instance, chitukuko kuno kulibe onani ku Rufunsa. Mungareste chitukuko ndimwe wa boma. Kutiganizirako ise vantu amesti sebenza. In terms of MP batu ndi wafunika kusenzera maningi kuno. Please boma iranganepo.
Honorable, there you have it. That's your resident there. A stretch of 159 kilometers from Lusaka, let me just say from Chongwe, going to your constituency. It's just up to the Luangwa Bridge there. What urgent measures have you put in place to make sure that that stretch is done? And also the issue to do with unemployment, the high levels of unemployment. And your constituency is a mineral-rich constituency. Your quick reaction.
Let's talk about the road, the greatest road. It's a link to even to go to Malawi, Mozambique. It's a very important, even for trade, very important. Now we have a lot of trucks that use that road, and the road is damaged. It's true. We have reported this. The RDO on site, they came to see, especially this point, the turn-off when you're going to Mpanj. We've had a lot of accidents. We've lost people there. So one time they came there, did their assessments, and they said they would come back. I'm sure with this budget, that road, that's a capital project. It has to be mended. It has to be done. Because indeed a lot of lives have died. So we are again appealing to the Minister of Infrastructure, Honorable Mulipi. I've spoken to him, I've gone to him, I've told him he's aware, and I'm sure they will do something in the quickest time before we lose other lives. It's a concern.
High levels of unemployment in your constituency. Mzala there is a young man, and whenever they go to the mines, they are beaten up. And
I hear them.
You made promises during campaign.
Oh yes, Rufunsa is a blessed district. We have minerals, we have gold, a lot of it. In the past, even now, we have a lot of illegal dealers, illegal miners that have come on board. So the government is encouraging that we have licenses for our young men, forming cooperatives, give them licenses to mine, so that the Zambian themselves, they take the lead.
But that strategy, Honorable, has failed to work.
It is going to work
on the Copper Belt. Just I'll give an example of the Black Mountain. The young people were left out. People were told to form cooperatives and consortiums. What happened? An ordinary young person was left, being beaten up. So what guarantee do you have that Rufunsa will be a different situation?
Definitely. Because there, when we meet the youth, we speak to them. From word to word, they make indications of those who would want to do mining, those who would want to go in farming, those who would want to go in trade. We have spoken to them. So the indicators that people want to go and mine are very great, because there is money there. Everyone wants to make money. I know the youths that have submitted their names to me, and we are waiting.
I know we don't have enough time, Honorable. We do have quite a number of
even you, I can invite you to come and also own a mine there. Get your license.
As long as the young people in Rufunsa are taken care of, definitely will definitely come there.
There's a lot of money
there. The Chimsanya School, recently you commissioned that school. And I wish I could run the clip. We did interact with the deputy head at that school, but looking at time, we may not be able to, because we do have live committees coming up. You commissioned the school, which has no desk.
Yes.
And the deputy head teacher there is requesting for you to extend the classroom blocks and also do a lab.
Yeah.
What plans do you have for that particular school?
Big plans, I must say, big plans. That's one of the biggest schools there, secondary school, with a lot of children, catering for all that area there. It's populated, got more than 2,000, more than 1,000 school children there. Yes, we commissioned that, but we cannot just let the children still come and sit on the floor. We want to motivate the teachers, want to motivate our children to say, yes, they're in school. Right now, providing the desks.
When are you providing a desk to that school? Because it's a very beautiful
school. Like yesterday. It's one thing I was talking about with the people that want to provide. They are on board, they're coming.
How does it make you feel when you visit your constituency and look at those shamracos of houses where police officers stay at Rufunsa?
We are building houses for them. I feel sad.
But it has taken too long.
Because for them to be motivated, they are the law keepers, and they look after us there. I want them to be motivated. I want them to live in good homes. I want them to know we appreciate them. The government appreciates, we must give them good shelter. And this we have to do.
As we
Our
wind up,
police needs to be comfortable.
How would
So,
you rate your performance so far in the 6
very
years
good,
you've been
very good.
a member of
I've
parliament?
tried. I think, and this is why they voted me back. I'm committed to the people of Rufunsa. I want to do more. And I can assure them that with this CDF that has come, we're going to sit together, we're going to agree. We have the WDCs that speak on behalf of our people, what they want, the power to the people, and it's there now. So whatever they'll tell me, I must do. I've heard, they've complained, water, roads, FISIP, I've heard. And guess what? I'm one of the members of parliament that never misses a month to go. I go to see the people. What is it now? What can I do now? And just to visit them, they know that I am thinking about them. And that's how I've survived.
Honorable, thank you so much. I wish we could go on and on. But
I've
unfortunately,
enjoyed this.
the
It's been
time-
too short, I would have told you. But you're aware that Rufunsa, there are 3 chiefdoms.
Yes, I do.
3 chiefs. 3 chiefs. Right now, we're having a problem with the boundaries. We're having a problem with the boundaries for the chiefs. But the 1958 map will sort out. I'm sure you've heard about that.
Honorable.
Especially where the mines are.
We
where
do
the money
have
is.
a live committee
Yeah,
coming up, Honorable.
thank
I know when
you.
you give a politician
Really
a platform,
enjoyed,
yeah,
really
appreciate as well.
enjoyed. I appreciate.
I wish you came at 8 hours, Honorable.
Oh, well, I tried.
But we're grateful for having
Here's
you
a never.
on the platform. Thank you so much
Here's a
for being
never.
with us on this platform, talking
Thank
about
you so much.
the diary. Today we
Thank you
dated
so
a very
much.
interesting constituency, and this is Rufunsa constituency, which was created in 1964. And my guest on the program was Honorable Member of Parliament for Rufunsa constituency, and this is Honorable Sheo Muriata, who just highlighted the plans for her constituency. We'll be back next week as we look at yet another interesting constituency within the boundaries of this country. My sign language interpreter was Chola Kauma, and my name is Paulson Tendovi. Thank you so much to you people that have been following through on our Facebook page, and indeed not forgetting you that made a call, an effort, and indeed you just sat there and followed through the program. We'll be back next week. God bless and keep watching and listening to Parliament.
Your love is kind. Your love is patient. You fill my heart with so much peace and joy.